Hi guys, let's talk about strategies. Let's assume you only get the game recently and you're struggling to get out of Division 6, 5 or 4. This video will be for you. This video is only for casual players who are struggling and cannot really find which strategies and which settings are the best to use. Before we jump into the video, if you could like and subscribe, it really helps me a lot. I'm also live on Twitch 5 days a week, so if you want to see me playing NHL 23 live or you just have any content questions, make sure you stop by. Okay, I will show you guys which settings I'm using and I believe they are the best if you are a casual player who is trying to improve. First of all, auto zoom off. I really don't like when the camera is zooming in and out. Depends on the action. Also, camera zone. I know a lot of people prefer classic or even overhead. I tried all of them and I feel the most confident with zone. The reason why is, first of all, even when behind the net, I still can see my blue line. Also, when you are having, let's say, you're very close to your opponent's net and you're passing back to D, it actually gives you opportunity to see the passing opportunities more than it would be with the classic or overhead. I would just, guys, suggest you try it out because I think zone is it's close to classic, but classic is not as good as zone. So zone just helps you to actually see all three zones. Depends obviously where you stand. Camera perspective, prefer up. Player indicator size, I do like it small instead of large because I don't really see a big difference, and I like to be less distracted from all these sticks on over the players' heads than if I could make it even smaller, I probably would. Off-screen display indicator on, player name indicator on. I really like to know who the players are. Indicator shift left on, X-Factor ability visuals on. I like to see my opponent's X-Factor abilities and what they use. Post glow on, fighting instructions on. I just like, because I'm really bad in fighting, so I just prefer when it's on. Camera goalie low, and that's off. And then offensive positioning and defensive positioning is off. And all these are off as well. Puck highlights, large. I really want to see where the puck is, and any advantage I can see when I'm like, oh my god, where the puck is, I want it as large as it possibly is. And then score clock overlay, authentic, and shootout camera dynamic low. When we go to the controller settings, I do suggest you guys, even if you're new to the game, you use skill stick. I know a lot of people use hybrid. Nothing wrong with hybrid, but I think if you want to learn the game and all the deeks and all the stuff, skill stick is the way to go. Make sure you turn auto backskate off because you will see a massive improvement on the breakaways. You will actually be able to catch the guys on the breakaways and probably even defend better. I don't believe anyone is playing with auto backskate on. Like, if anyone is, I really want to see examples where you can prove me that it's working better than it's not. Auto hustle off. They did implement it last year. It's basically that you don't have to hustle and press the R2 on a PlayStation all the time to skate faster. I did have it on and I really didn't see any impact, and because everyone is already used to, I would just say you actually control the speed of your players yourself, and like any control you can have over the players, I will just take it. And again, passing percentage, I would say 100%. Like, you can reduce. A lot of people say, oh, it works better on 90. I did actually every year, and like if you watch my previous video, every year I'm using on 95. This year I was like, you know what? Any advantage I can get in passing, because the passing is really bad, I will take it. So leave this in 100, and then all these are basically default. I didn't change anything. Default, on and auto and on. Regards on ice trainer, I would suggest you guys leave the pass I'm targeting on and pass suggestion on, because what I would say, if you're new to the game, it actually helps you with the passing massively. It basically tells you where to pass and where to aim your left stick. Okay, regards the strategies, with the settings, you turn everything on and then you don't change it all year long. Probably you use it every year, the same settings, at least I do. Regards the strategies, people like to play around. So what I do, first two lines I go with behind the net because it's obviously OP and meta this year, but I really don't like all four lines behind the net. I did try all four lines behind the net. I did try all four lines, crash the net. I did try overload. Didn't like it, and I will explain why. So the first two lines, usually you have the best players. So behind the net, because it's a meta this year, it will work the best because those are your best players. With the fastest and probably with the best shooting stats as well. So it will help you a lot. Carry dump, I did had it on like around 5 or like even 6, but then you know what? Let's turn it fully off because it didn't really like when the players were carrying and dumping the puck. Cycle shoot, I do like them cycle and shoot, but not on a full, as I think my first video I was trying it like on a maximum. Now I think like 5 will pretty much work. Efficiency and energy also, I leave it on 5 because I do like when the energy don't run out so quickly, so I can use my first two lines a little bit longer. Regards don't block and block, it's quite tricky. So if you personally, I like when my CPU players when my CPU is just blocking every single shot they can. But I also find that when they do it, sometimes they screen the goalie, and then goalie technically don't see the puck and let in a lot of goals. So because I don't rely on my goalies a lot, I do like when my players are blocking the shot. If you think you're very good defensively, then probably you turn this one off. For me, it's working when it's fully on, because I'm not playing very good defense, so any help I can get, it will help me. So I have the same thing for all my 2 lines. Regards the 3rd and the 4th line, I'm running Crush the Net, because those are usually the players who are quite good. I try to activate, like, I don't know, like Unstoppable Force and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, Truculence maybe, if I have enough ability points. So Carry Dump stays the same, 0. Cycle Shoot, it's around 5. And Efficiency and Energy and Block and Don't Block is on maximum. Because those I find the hardest working lines, and I will tell you guys, I do score a lot with my 3rd and 4th line, because I manually change them quite often as well, and they have quite a huge ice time. So it works for me. So the first 2 is behind the net, and the 3rd and the 4th line is Crush the Net. The only difference is Efficiency and Energy is on maximum compared to the first 2 lines when it's on 5. So my defense strategies is pretty much same for every line. Tried it on 0, tried it on maximum, didn't really see a big difference, so I just put it on 5 for every single one, and you know, so far it's working good. And now the team strategies. So I'm going with 1-2-2 passive. I was doing 1-2-2 aggressive at the beginning, but then I think aggressive doesn't really work this year so much, so I went with passive. And then also we have 1-2-2 red. 1-2-2 blue worked better with aggressive, but because I went to the passive, I decided I will go with blue this time. Trap forecheck, I do like it a little bit on, so I am going around, you just like around 2 I would say. Defensive pressure. I was always playing with Protect the Net, I think for years, and recently I tried high pressure and it really works out for me very good. I like when my players are playing aggressive. It didn't work when I was playing with 1-2-2 aggressive, but it does work with 1-2-2 passive. I cannot really explain what the difference is, but 1-2-2 passive and high pressure works really good for me. Defensive strategy is staggered. A lot of people are using collapsing. I didn't like it. I think collapsing is broken this year, so I'm going with staggered. Offensive pressure goes standard. Control breakout, strong side slant, and quick breakout, stay wide. Those are the team strategies I'm using. Like, a lot of people also use, instead of stay wide, you can use close support. I don't think I like when my players are like staying more wide. The power play for all lines I'm running the same. I really don't see any difference, so I'm going 1-3-1, face-off formation, normal, offensive pressure, aggressive. Again, I like my players to play aggressively. Carry and dump, I have it on 0 this time. Power play breakout, central line option, and quick breakout, stay wide. On penalty kill, I'm doing 1-1-2 and normal. I really don't like, you can play large box, I just find that 1-1-2 does the best for me. Okay, these are the strategies I'm running the last 4 weeks. They really work out very good for me. Let me know down in the comment sections below which strategies are you using, which do you think is the best to use with how the game is playing. And again, this video is only for casual players. This is not for competitive Division 1-2 players. I hope this video helped you to play better, and I hope you enjoy it, and see you on the ice.